I can be more than I imagine. The world is bigger, and I can live a dream I didn't know was possible for me to dream or possible for me to live. There is a life out there that is waiting for you. There is a dream that's out there waiting for you. There's always another life to live. Existing is a crazy thing because life has so many endless possibilities. But when you're living in every moment that isn't right now, and anxiety fills your heart, and your heart gets tight every moment that you live because you're worried about the next moment, you're worried about how the past defines your present, you're worried about this, worried about that, you're ruining the future because you think that you can control, you think that you can be somewhat in control of the destiny that you have for your life, or the destiny that God has already set, when in reality all you can do is just show up in each moment the best that you can show up. If you show up with all your past failures, if you show up with all your preconceived notions of what something could be or what something can't be, you ruin that thing. And when you just exist, when you just sit here and say, you know, it is what it is. Life is going to be life, and things are going to happen, and once you realize that this life is pretty much a movie that you're living in, and that all the endless possibilities that are coming in your life are going to come whether you want them or not, and the best thing I've learned to do is say yes. Say yes to something that I don't even understand. Say yes to the fear that is in my heart. Say yes and lean into the uncomfort, because the uncomfort is what I need to live in if I want to live life. There's nothing to be lived in a life that you can guess everything that's going to happen. There's only a life to be lived in the mystery. There's only adventure in the mystery. There's only love in the mystery. There's only love in the things that you can't understand, because you fully don't understand love. And once I understood that life is different than I can imagine, and life can be more than I can imagine, and life has such endless possibilities, I started to live in each moment to realize that I only am fucking up the moment by living in yesterday and living in tomorrow. All I have to live in is today. All I have to live in is this moment. All I have is this moment. Tomorrow I could die. Tomorrow everything could be washed away, and I could deal with a whole new set of problems, or my problems could be washed away by God's blessing that I let happen. You just have to let life happen, bro. Just let it happen. Just let it all just go, because at the end of the day, you weren't in control regardless. Everything out here in this life that's playing out was already going to play out with your will in it or with your will out of it. Something that I found peace in is that the story's already written. My movie is already done and over with. I just have to let this movie play out, and I have to take the signs from the universe that the universe gives me to say, fuck it, okay. Maybe everything isn't a yes, but to me, I'm going to say yes to everything till everything that I say yes to teaches me a lesson, because everything in this life has been placed in my life to grow me in one way or another. I'm not too good for anything. I'm not too good for anybody, but some people belong and some people don't belong in my life. And I have to go experience what does belong and what doesn't belong. I have to answer the calls that I get, because I don't know what's on the other line of that call. Somebody could be ready to change my life. Somebody could show me a new opportunity that I never imagined. And there's endless opportunities out here if you're ready to believe that they're there. There's people telling you something every single day that could possibly change your life if you truly want to listen. And I've realized that there's only open-mindedness in existing, and existing is the only thing you can do to possibly experience this life that is playing out in front of you that is past your wildest dreams. Your wildest dreams are on the other side of what people think of you. Your wildest dreams are on the other side of what you think existing isn't. What you think existing isn't. On the other side of the fears that come from your past life or the fear of the future. You know, most people are conquered by 100 different forms of fear. Fear rules their life. Do you want fear to rule your life? Do you want anything to rule your life that isn't you? Do you want to continue to deny yourself the future that's out there? Do you want to continue to think that you can't, and think that you're incapable, and think that you're somebody that you're not? Because truthfully, you have to ask yourself, do you know who you are yet? Or are you still experiencing and trying to find out, who am I and what do I want to be? And is the thing I want to be truly what I want to be? And I've realized that I always had these plans, and I got to the plan and I did the plan, and then I finished the plan and I got the thing I wanted to get, and then I said, now what? And then there was an even bigger dream for me to dream, and then I started dreaming another one. Then I got that goal and that dream, and then I said, dang, I can do more, and I'm worth more than I ever imagined. I can do bigger things, and there's bigger dreams out there for me. There's bigger purposes out there for me that I never even thought I could do or obtain or live. And it's crazy the way that we limit ourselves from our past, from when we were kids, when we were told that we weren't this, weren't that, and we truly believed it, and it's so funny. Like, even when I'm letting myself go and just letting myself be the freest person I possibly can be, which was the inner child that I lived to be at one point in time, that I try to deny myself that freedom of just being free, because I think of all the times somebody told me I wasn't good enough to be who I was, or I needed to live this life to be somebody else when I was a kid. So you're always being defined by your future or your present, or your future, your present, or your past. And what do you want to be defined by? Your present, which is full with endless possibilities and a person that is continuously able to evolve and become more and more and more? Or do you want to live in your past, where you're defined by the past mistakes and the past failures and your past successes, to limit what you could be, what you did do, and what you can achieve? Or the future, the fear of the future of, will this work out or will this not? You don't know. You don't know anything. We don't know anything. And nobody knows anything more than you. So I ask you, and I ask myself and beg myself every day to be the freest version of myself and be in this moment and live as a kid and just be free and let myself be free, because I can be more than I imagine. The world is bigger, and I can live a dream I didn't know was possible for me to dream or possible for me to live. There is a life out there that is waiting for you. There is a dream that's out there waiting for you. There's always another life to live. And it's such a crazy lyric. You'll find another life to live. I promise you'll get over it. Like, that is a crazy freaking song. Honestly, now that I think about it, there's always another life that you can go live. There's always another person that you could go be. And I feel like that's what they call, like, the small town stigma, or whatever you want to call, where you're confined to who you are in this small town and you can't be anybody else. So you have to get out of this small town to realize that the person that you were in this town, the way people thought of you in this town, doesn't matter, because you can be and you are somebody different, and you're changing every moment of your life, and the way people look at you doesn't matter, and what those people thought of you is irrelevant to who you are, because you're a new person to somebody else. You'll find another life to live. You'll find a new city where nobody knows you, and you can be a completely other person. This is a life of endless possibilities. And do you want to limit your possibilities? Do you want to live in the past? Do you want to live in the present? Do you want to live in the future? It's your choice on what you do. It's your life. It's your decision on who you want to become. And you can continue to create new characters in this video game. You could change your style. You can change your hair. You could do whatever you want to do. You could customize and re-evolve and reinvent yourself any day that you want to reinvent yourself. There's no rules. Just believe that you can and live in the present. Like, comment, subscribe if you... I don't even know if I'm even saying anything in this video, but like, comment, subscribe if you got something from this video, because this is truly stuff that I've really thought about it just only in my mind, and I feel like sometimes I'm alone in this, but I've learned that I could be whoever I want to be, and I like to spread that to other people, because it took me so long to learn this. And subscribe if this helped you out, because I know I wish somebody else was there to tell me this, or there was people like Juice WRLD and these like XXX Tentacion to like say like, go bro, fuck it, go be yourself, but yeah. Thanks for watching.